Okay, so we got rather interesting news from the Toronto Raptors in their situation with their home in terms of the upcoming season. The Raptors apparently will not be playing at the Scotiabank Arena that's in Toronto. They will instead be playing in Tampa Bay for the 2020-2021 NBA season, according to ESPN sources. That said, they're going to be playing at the Amalie Arena, which is also home to the Tampa Bay Lightning. I guess because with the whole COVID thing, the U.S. and the United States Canada border has been blocked off. With the unessential traveling and all of that, that's been a whole government thing. Here's what the Raptors president Masi Jerry
Jerry.
said. Yeah, Jerry said the Raptors work diligently with public health officials at the local provincial and federal level to secure a plan that would permit for us to play in the 2020-2021 season on home soil in our home court at Scotiabank Arena. These conversations were productive, and we found strong support for the protocols we put forward. Ultimately, the current public health situation facing Canadians, combined with the urgent need to determine where we will play, means that we will begin our 2020-2021 season in Tampa Bay, Florida, at the Amalie Arena. Um, this is an odd. I have to say, Mario, this is an odd situation. This is an odd place, more specifically for them to relocate. To be honest with you, I think they should have relocated to Buffalo. It's not even that far away from Toronto.
Like now thinking of it, I did agree with you, but then like I also thought, well, the problem with that is, in my opinion, I think a lot of these players aren't going to be able to be. I don't know if they're even going to be able to go home. Like you understand, like you get what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
feel that.
I'm not even sure. So like you could be in Buffalo, and yeah, it is closer to Toronto. However, my problem with that is you might
They
not
just came
be able
back
to
from
even go home.
Orlando.
Yeah, and not only that, if they're not letting like with all the circulation, if they're not letting them cross the border, like you know what I'm saying, what's the point of being that close if you can't go across the
Yeah,
board?
that's kind of true.
Maybe you could individually, but like, is it even worth it? Honestly, what I do is if I'm an NBA player working, if I'm an NBA player and I'm in Toronto, and like I'll take Kyle Lowry for example, okay, because he's been there the longest, he has a family. I'll take him for example. I get a house in Florida, and honestly, if the kids are up to it, then again, like there's school and everything, and I'm not sure if his kids are like virtually learning from school or if they're going in school. I don't know how it works, but the way I would do it is, if they're virtually learning, you bring the family down to Florida, you have them stay there for the season, so at least you have your family with you. That's what I would do. But then
That's what I
again,
do
you
too.
don't. There's other factors I can't say because I don't know what was on Kyle Lowry's life. His wife might have a job. I have no clue. But what I'm saying, but the problem I have with it is I don't see a point in moving up to Buffalo if you're not going to even be able to go into Toronto. So with that being said, they probably looked at some options. They were considering, I believe it was another place in Florida. Hang on, I'm looking at. Oh, they
Canada
were
Field
considering
probably.
other sites several weeks, including Sunrise, Florida, the home of the NHL's Florida Panthers. But the NBA training camp less than 2 weeks away, and it's starting on December 22nd. The Raptors were pressed to make a final decision. So it seems like they honestly didn't have many options, and so that's probably the reason why they chose Amalie Arena, the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I think it's a pretty great place to play into. It's a very high end arena. I've been there once. It's really nice place too.
Yeah.
It's a definitely a good choice for an arena to play in, given that you can't use Scotiabank in Toronto. Now, my question is because they also share the building with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm curious to see what's going to end up happening to them because they're going to have to relocate. Not to mention they did the same thing to the Blue Jays this season. They had them move to Saline Field in Buffalo, which is again not too far away from the Canada border in the United States. So I mean, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that too. Unless if they're just going to keep the Maple Leafs in Toronto, which I highly doubt is going to happen.
Right. I don't know. Like it's really tough, you know. They might have to I could see them for one season sharing an arena with Buffalo. Like I could
Yeah,
see that happening maybe.
because you also have to think about the Edmonton Oilers, the Montreal Canadiens, and
Right.
help me here, the Vancouver
Well,
Canucks.
that's why I
The-
think
yeah,
we'll see in that case, then that's why I can see hockey being different. It's because there's so many Canadian teams
yeah,
that I don't think
right,
all of them are going to be able to shift into the US.
yeah,
Too.
exactly.
Not only that, Um, Unlike the NBA and the MLB, remember the NBA and MLB only have one
They
team.
only have one, right? So that's
Right.
easy.
And the NHL's got more than one. So with that being said, Canada is almost like a part of the NHL. So I
Exactly.
mean,
Yeah.
it's possible that they could stay, you know. That is possible considering there's more teams in Canada to play that they play against and everything like that. So it is possible they could stay. But honestly, going back to the Toronto Raptors, man, like it's a good place to play, and like you
Yeah.
said,
This.
I can agree with that. Um, it's unfortunate that they can't play in a Scotiabank, but with times like this, certain actions are necessary.
Hey, at least you want Drake being cringy in the arena. But yeah, good luck to the Raptors this year. Hopefully everything works out in their favor.